Just let me know when you can see it. I'm really not gonna be.
Okay, it's live.
Okay, cool. So I guess the first thing, let me just play this drum. You can. It's how much of a delay is there?
I don't know, like half a sec probably.
Okay.
Not much.
So the first thing is first. The big thing I can point out to you is that you don't need a stand where your jungler is at level 1.
Okay.
Like this is huge to where you could be standing here.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I'll point it out with the mouse. And basically, this prevents you from getting invaded from this upper side. While your mid laner is watching in a pretty decent spot, your ADC is a little far up. Your support's at a pretty decent spot, but you don't need a stack on top of your juggler because you want to prevent any risk late invade. Because what if they walk around as 5 and then they kill you? Right.
Yeah, because I tend to do that. I tend to or AFK under the tower before the game starts. I tend to do that a lot.
Yeah, and although it will not affect you if you AFK or not, it will affect your jungler. And if your jungler like Maokai or something gets their buff stolen at level 1, they're not.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's one already big pointer that I can tell you. Let me adjust the sound.
Can we look at runes? Are they okay? I took standard fleet.
Fleet into Yone. Yeah, that's fine. If you want additional damage, you can take Conquer or Sudden Impact, but I do like Fleet into Yone because he runs Fleet, but he's running.
Yeah, because I remember you saying that you out-sustain him with it.
Yeah, you basically he's not running Fleet here, so ideally what I want to see in this game is that you basically poke him out of lane or even kill him, and then he can't do anything, and then you snowball that. But let's see. So you said you wanted to figure out what you could do better in this game?
Because I think this game we take the tower pretty early, and I'm never sure what to do next.
Okay.
If it's I don't know, 12 or 14 minutes, and I take the first tower, do I go bot? Do I still farm top and deny him even more?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So yeah, you see what I mean? Your mid laner backed, whatever, but now you have 30 seconds about before the buff spawns, and if they late invade you guys, because Jin's here, so he's not leashing. So where could they be? Here, right? Most likely. Okay, so he's not leashing, so he's getting a leash from Bran, but had what I'm saying is you don't know that because your team doesn't have vision, and he could start here, or they could be late invading, because Lee Sin is very strong compared to Maokai in the jungle. So just be aware of where you could be standing before the buff spawns. That's it's pretty big. Okay. Good leash. So in terms of this lane, you didn't have any difficulties with this matchup?
No, I actually find it pretty easy.
Okay.
I'm just more confused about macro and roaming and rotations.
So do you want me to just skip to the macro, or do you want me to look at this as well?
I mean, you can look at everything, because I'm sure there's something I'm doing wrong.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You're trading well. Basically, if he queues into you, what most people do is they back up. And they just ran away, but you actually hit him with a Q and then went in for the auto trade as well, which is perfect. So he gets level 2 cryo on you because he's constantly shoving. I don't think he's smart enough to actually trade with you, but you gotta be careful when people hit their level 2 spikes, they'll go on you before you hit level 2. Yeah. Perfect. Yes, exactly. That's a really good bet. You're not just letting him, like, get free damage off, you're making a really, really good trade.
Yeah, I made sure to get both E's off.
I hate the E and how it always does that, like with the minions. Did you know your jungler was coming, or?
Not really. I mean,
okay,
that was half world.
Yeah, okay. So.
Yeah, that was my mistake. I was kind of half world.
Yeah, so he does ping you too. So I don't know if you didn't see it, if your ping sounds. What I would recommend is your ping sounds, you have them up all the way. And if someone ping spams you and you get annoyed, you can mute them. But I think it's good to have it up on max volume. I don't know what your settings are, but I would recommend the high settings. So if someone pings like this, like you should know he's coming, right?
Yeah.
He gave you a ping. Like if he didn't ping and he just walked up, okay, I understand. But you could also see that he's pathing up.
Yeah,
and that's just kind of like checking at the map. Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. It happens. But just try to be more aware of where your jungler is, because usually at like when he's level 3 or level 4, if he starts like he just did a level, like he only cleared his top side. Usually, like a good indicator is, this is actually kind of weird because Lee Sin could just counter jungle him, but I think he's pretty confident he could get a kill. But like for example, if your jungler starts bot side, chances are like around this time or like a minute more, they will be level 3 or 4 and they'll be coming to gank top. So just be aware of where your jungler's ganking, because if this wasn't Yone, if it was like Jax or like a Ribbon or Fiora, they'd be a lot harder to kill. Like we're lucky that he has no like escape, and Maokai has CC, but it's still good. You still got the kill, which is fine. So he doesn't have TP. Coming down. Well, even he queued, so I mean nothing to do there.
Sure, was so unlucky he pushed him away.
Maokai knocked him away. That just happens. There's nothing really. You could also, if you know that your teammates have CC, you can like
predict it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can predict the damage. Sorry. So let's see. Yone's gonna be coming back with maybe like a dagger or another D blade. So let's see what he has. Okay, yeah, dagger. What do you do here? You just push it out, and then you do. Okay, so it's good that you did ward here because you know Lee Sin's on this side, but I think you also need to like in this situation. What is kind of going through your head? Are you thinking about where your jungler is, where the enemy jungler is? Because Yone is coming back right now, and he's probably most likely like right here or something.
I think I'm just trying to shove the wave so I can reset. I didn't really think where Lee was. So yeah, I'm just trying to shove the wave as fast as I can.
Yeah, so be aware that you are out of energy, and if he came back way faster. If like you do have vision of him here, but your jungler is back, so you got to be careful as well. This is okay. So So this wave is gonna slow push in, and you're gonna lose a lot of CS. So
I think I
wanna...
TP back.
You think you TP back? Yeah,
I
you
think-
would
I
have
don't
to TP
remember.
back if you did recall because you'll lose too many minions.
Oh no, I waited for Lee to recall and now I shut it in, I think.
Okay, so he actually didn't recall. He W'd over the wall.
Oh.
Yeah. His recall wouldn't have finished, so he's like, I think he's going to clear his grump right now. Let's see. Yeah. So, that's just kind of being aware of, like, you should be, like, looking at other people, right? Like, for example, sometimes when I'm playing, I'm looking at other lanes. You should be looking at, like, kind of where people are, and yeah, well, that's just knowing that he didn't. So, let's assume instead of going to Gromp, or maybe after Gromp he comes Genki, right? Because you assumed that Lee Sin recalled. That's just coming on with like just map awareness, and it seems like your map awareness could use improvement because like you said, like it from based off the Maokai play, you didn't know he was coming even if anything you. I think it's fine to shove here. It makes sense too. Yeah, so he does. Yeah, so he does immediately come after you from. So yeah, he did exactly what I predicted. Basically, that's kind of if you had been up a little bit more or traded a little bit longer, I think you would have died. But okay, so you shove out, which is perfect. You don't need to TP back, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
If you know you're not going to fight, you should be shrouding and using your E to get the lane faster.
Yeah, I do it sometimes. I mean, most of the time. I don't know why I didn't do it this time. But yeah, I do that.
Yeah, just try to keep that as a reminder because as it comes more, like, it's gonna make a difference, right? That 1 second,
Yeah, I know.
you do it 10 times, you're gonna be saving 10 seconds, right? Like, that you could have made it for that minion that you missed there.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much always do it. I don't know why I didn't do it that time.
Okay, revolver and boots and potion. Okay, that's fine. Look at me. Yeah, you just dicked him.
Yeah.
Yes, that was good. I'm no concerns with that.
Yeah, this matchup is really easy, I find.
Yeah, it's super easy in my opinion as well.
Because he can't really do much. If he jumps on you, you just E away and
exactly
then E on
because
him.
Yone's a very scaly like champion. He needs his PD, i.e. Death Dance. So you have to abuse the power spikes, and this kind of applies to a lot of other champions with like the same logic. That if it's a champion that scales, you can't let them farm. You can't let them you can't let them basically scale and get items.
Yeah.
So what was your thought process here?
Shoved away and reset.
Okay. And so your thought process: shove the wave and reset and buy, right? Why do you go for the plate here?
Because it's like 1 or 3 hits away, and I just wanted to gold.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, and I think it's great to go for plates, but you also have to be aware of the amount of damage you're gonna take, right? Instead, like, I don't think you were aware of the minions, like, dying, so now you take extra tower shots. 1.
Yeah, I think
right?
I thought I had 1 more.
2. So now you're half HP. Right? And now Yone's gonna come back to lane, and he's gonna basically give you a rough time. 3 shots. So now you're gonna miss those 2 minions, and you might. I'm pretty sure if Yone lets this wave crash, it's gonna. If he's smart, he lets these minions die, and then you lose this plate. Okay, he clears and saves the plate for you. So if I was the enemy Yone, I would wait for you to leave, and then I would let that minion die and let the 3 minions hit the tower, and then you lose the plate. Especially because you took 3 tower shots, right?
Yeah.
If you're not
stupid.
Yeah, if you're not confident you can take a plate, the safest call is to just reset, right? Like you want to reset because let's say Yone hit 6, which he did, and then he just kills you, right? Because you haven't fought yet, even though you killed him. So basically, you're only living off of that kind of CS lead that you had previously, right? Because you're like before you buy. Let's look at the gold difference. It is basically you have 800 gold in your inventory. If I subtract 800 off of you, you're at 1800, and he would be at 1700. So basically, there would be no lead. Or barely any lead, and then he would be able to kill you. And that's how a lot of people throw their lane advantages, because they get greedy for plays like that. It may not be a kill, but it may also be like some CS, right? Like now, let's look at this. You're ahead, and now you have items, but let's say you fought him and then he killed you. Now you're behind, right? Because then you would lose CS because he would push the wave out, and then you're forced to TP. Here, I do see you're TPing. What is the kind of reasoning that you TP here?
I don't know. I just want to get to lane quicker. Not really much of a thought process, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And why do you want to get to lane quicker? To catch the wave?
So I can keep bullying him and denying him.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But now you that's a fine thought process. But I think that's a very selfish thought process, right?
Okay.
Because he's shoving out the wave, and he's pushing it to your tower anyways, so you're not forced to TP. Your wave's not slow pushing towards him. He's not freezing the wave. You're not losing any CS if you walk back, right? Correction. You're losing minimal CS.
Okay.
It's the reason why I say it's selfish that you TP here is because then you're not looking at you use your 7-minute cooldown, and now your entire team loses pressure because of your TP. And your team has good wards for you to TP to. They have like side wards, and you could be taking this 2-0 lead you have on Yone and spreading your lead on the map. Especially since you don't need to TP here because the way the waves are. You can see that Yone was pushing in, and the minions are gonna hit your tower by the time you come back anyways. You want to save this really long cooldown to either, if you make a mistake, you need a TP back to your tower to catch the wave, or you need to help your team with an objective. And Dragon's also up at this point, so if a fight broke down at Dragon, you're not going to TP. You're not gonna have TP. If your team is behind, how can you carry, right? Because you're on top side. You have to basically be considerate of your team and use your, especially since it's a really long cooldown. I think it's fine that you have this logic that you want to snowball on Yone, but you better be 10-0 out of lane coming out if you're TPing to lane like this.
Okay.
It's my reasoning. Otherwise, you can't carry your team. Okay, yeah, this is actually pretty decent to watch. Okay, so you should be able to kill him very easily. A little rushed on the E, Very rushed on
Yeah.
the E. That's fine. You decide to engage anyways because he had used his E. You're waiting out here.
Also, I think I got minion blocked here. I was trying to hit him with my passive, and I think the cannon minion blocked me. So that's why I like passed down.
Minion block. I think he got stunned.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, so he knocks you up and then he stuns you. Yeah, so he stuns you and then he knocks you up mid auto. Yeah, so you couldn't get an auto off.
No, it was a bit before that. Like when I have my passive ready and I started pathing down.
Okay, yeah. Be more patient with your E's if you don't have anything to like slow them or CC them. Unless your E is actually, because of this magic damage change, it's even more crucial that you land your E's.
Okay.
If you miss your E, I do it too, and I get pretty disappointed when I miss it. But you're missing out on a huge chunk of damage. Like at this point in the game, your E's dealing 100 damage each hit, plus the potential up to 2 passives that you miss out on.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, and the energy you get back. Yeah, no, I don't think you got minion blocked. I think you're A, out of range, or B, he airborne you afterwards. Very rushed on the ulti. I think you rushed on the R2 because
I think it wasn't it running out? I think it was running out.
You had about a third left. Okay. The logic is good. The reasoning that you want to use it as it's running out is perfect, but the execution was poor, in the sense that you can wait a little bit longer. Let me try to go back a little bit in time for you, because that's pretty big, right? Oh, fuck. So let's see when you use it. I'll pause right before you use it.
Let's end this.
It feels to me like it was rushed because you are panicking because he knocked you up and he's winning the trade.
That's also a possibility.
Do you see how much time there was left on your
Yeah. Also, I think I was kind of low on energy, I think, maybe, and I tried to get another passive prog to get some energy back. I think.
No, you're full energy here. And another thing is you're low on energy because you're missing your Q, you're missing your E, stuff like that. So you're gonna lose out a lot of energy on your passive. Okay, so the big things there is basically, had you hit your E, you would have killed. Had you hit your Q and then got a passive auto and then your R afterwards, instead of rushing the R, you would have killed.
Yes.
And these are just kind of things that now you don't have your ulti, and Yone is gonna be healthier than you. You're dependent on your fleet now to sustain yourself back up, and you don't have any cooldowns. So if I were him, I would actually just go on you and kill you right now. But your jungler is on the side, and he doesn't know that your jungler is on the side though. And I'm hoping that you do see your jungler here.
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
I just keep doing that. Okay. So he's gonna go back, and then you guys just get a free kill. Okay. It's really good. I think you're lucky in this game that your jungler came to help you on like that one first kill. Huge. And then as well as coming here after you make a mistake to save you. Is huge.
Yeah, usually.
And one thing to keep in mind is that
help.
yeah, your jungler isn't always going to be able to help you, which is another thing to keep in mind. And two, you were fighting without vision, which is another really important thing because here you have 2 ward shards, 2 trinket charges, and Maokai's the one who put a ward here, right? Your entire Lee Sin's blue is coming up. And you don't have any vision, right? Lee Sin could have walked there. Now, imagine if Lee Sin counter-ganked Maokai. They immediately kill you because you don't have CDs, and then Maokai does no damage after he uses his combo.
I mean, I still have flash, so I could probably get away from Lee. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but a level 6 Lee Sin can gap close pretty well and just kick you and you'll die.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so just be careful and use your wards. I think that's a very common thing too, is that people aren't warding enough, myself included, of course. And these are kind of things that could be very game changing because let's say you weren't ahead, let's say you weren't against Yone, right? You gotta take these concepts and bring them to other matchups as well.
Okay.
Stay for the plate, and then you decide to push out again. Wow. Yeah. A little greedy to stay there. I would have personally let the minion wave crash in, or at least slow push to you. So this is kind of the same concept. Remember when I told you didn't need to TP? This is the same concept. I'm assuming if you had TP, you would have TP'd. But you don't want to TP on situations like this because you'll make it in time to catch the wave, and then you get to save your TP for just basically map pressure over Yone. And you're not Eing or Wing back to lane as well. So let's pick this up. Yeah, you kill him. Let's see what happens on the map. Let's see. So you clear. Because your main focus is seeing how you could have closed this game out, right? Because you're ahead. You're big.
I mean, we did win, and I did really good. But I just want to know more of the details.
Yeah. So the big thing is I told you, you don't have what's it called? Your TP to pressure on the map. Let's actually watch this. So you're pushing. The enemy just took Herald, so you should not be here. Right here. So it's fine to push. I think it's completely fine to push. But I think the huge thing is that the enemy, right when you see them take Herald, you need to leave. This is so greedy. Just continue to stay. You should have already been walking out. Because he's immediately gonna come to you. Yeah. So, how much gold are you worth right now? Let's see how much gold they get from killing you. Oh, they back up. They don't even kill you. Wow. You should have died there.
Yeah, and I think I stayed there on purpose for the tower because I knew Lee wasn't strong, so I wanted him to come top because I knew that they didn't have the damage to kill me.
I personally think you should have died there.
I mean, I'm 2 levels up on Yone, and Lee is also not really strong.
But the thing is, if Lee Sin had E'd you, and then before you shrouded, Like, you have 600 HP here. His kick alone is 230. His E is 120, 140. And then he also has Smite. I do think they could have bursted you. I just think that they don't know that they could have killed you. As you get into higher elo, the people are gonna know that there's their kill potential, and I think they didn't even need Yone to kill you. I think Lee Sin could have soloed you, especially since I don't think you don't have R. And then you decide to stay, which I guess it makes sense because you can kill Yone easily. And now you're healthy. Lee Sin cannot kill you anymore because you're healthy. Okay, perfect. These are just callouts, like that you could be like throwing away as free to the enemy. So this is great. You're super ahead. But let's look in terms of the objectives, because it seems like you're just playing laning phase, right? And you're not getting like Age has to come back. So I guess you just saved your R there. Did you wanted to save your R or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because he's 0-5, I don't think I wanted to waste it.
You could save it for when Lee Sin comes and then you just 1v2 though. It makes sense. That's valid reasoning. So you continue to push and push. But you do see what I mean though, right? Because look. Right? You see how all of these guys are here, and look at these wards. Like, imagine because you said it yourself, you're strong as fuck, right? What if you just TP to this ward and then you kill all three of these guys? The game's over. Like, if you triple kill bot lane and jungle, they're gonna FF so fast. Especially Maokai's coming around on the side as well, right? Because Yone's not going to be able to match you because he has no TP, right? Had you not TP to that minion to catch a wave that you were already going to be able to catch, you could have TP'd and made a play on the map. I think they actually go for Dragon here. Let me see. Yeah, so they go for Dragon here. And you could have stopped this if you had TP. Right? And it all starts off with one play. It just continues snowballing and snowballing, right? One mistake like that can mean whether or not your team loses an objective, multiple objectives, multiple kills, right? You're running TP so that you can kind of look for opportunities to carry your teammates and fix their mistakes, but also as kind of like a safety net, so that if you make a mistake, you can TP back. You're obviously Yone has more lane pressure by running Ignite, but you don't need that Ignite to kill him in lane, as you've shown here. So you should be looking to kind of make plays on the map. Because at this point, you're killing someone who's worth like 70 gold. Like your Syndra, not Syndra, the Makai killed Syndra, but like look at this, right? All these like potential mid lane kills. Like imagine you TP mid here. Like you even have TP. I think you have ulti as well. Do you TP here?
I don't remember.
Okay. You could have TP to this ward or TP to the minions because you have ulti and you have shroud. So look at this. That's another 2 kills. So you missed 3 kills here because your TP was on cooldown, but then you choose not to TP here. And is it because you just wanted to buy, or you just didn't see the opportunity?
I think at this point I was kind of like trying playing solo because my team was so behind. I was kind of done with them, so I just tried to get myself even more ahead before I could help them. Because like LeBlanc is 0-4, Kate is really weak, Jhin is 8-1, Syndra is 4-1.
Correct. That they are behind. It's true. But you're not gonna change the outcome of how they play. Or how they are playing. The only thing you can change is if you help them get ahead or not, right? Because at this point, you have 6.5k gold, and you're pretty even. I would say an assassin that has 6.5k gold can kill an ADC that has 7.4k because they don't have their defensive items. But the thing is that it's really poor mentality to think that you want to play for yourself and you don't want to help your teammate because they're useless, because you need to be the one that helps them and carry them. That's why people say jungle is really impactful, because you can gank all 3 lanes, right? You can get all 3 lanes fed. If you don't TP to things like this to help your team, how else are they going to get back into the game? You're just going to be playing a 1v5 the entire game, right?
Yeah.
And looking out for TPs like this is just big. Otherwise, if you're playing for yourself and you don't want to help your team, you might as well just run Ignite. Because you missed 2 kills here, potential to give your team 600 gold, and 3 kills here, potential 900 gold. Not only do you get the kill in XP, your teammates get the gold and the XP as well. And that really helps them get back into the game, right? And it's really, really encouraging when you see your other laner TP to your lane and then help you like get back into the game, right? Yeah. It's really good to see your jungler gank you. It feels good to get a gank and then kill someone, right? And think about it from their point of the side, right? You're really trying to win. You're trying to help them out. They try their best too because they see that you're trying to help them. Like League is a very mental game, right? If you're just gonna leave your laners, your teammates to starve, they're gonna starve and you're not gonna win the game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And obviously you're gonna run into scenarios where it's not going to you can't really, some things are out of your control, but things like this are definitely in your control. So where do you look for here? Okay, assuming you're looking for a, so now you come here to try and kill when they could be already dead if you had TP before. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I missed my
E. It's very hard to, I miss it too, but if you practice it in a practice tool, you shouldn't be able to miss, your RE, so that's a crucial combo.
Yeah, I still miss it a lot, because like, yeah, I practice it in practice school, but like, it's a different moving target. But yeah, I know I have to practice them more.
Yeah, that's just practice with the mechanics. Had you landed that combo, I think you just, but you also got knocked up, so I don't think you would have been able to, yeah, you got knocked up mid-R, so you wouldn't have been able to RE anyways. If you saw that near mid-dash and you got kicked by Lee.
Yeah, I didn't even see that until you pointed it out.
A play like this, a play like this can only be made because you're so strong and fed, and not off of gold, but more of XP, right? We saw that Jhin was up on gold, but you're level 11 and you're super strong right now because your power spikes, right? Yeah, you can only make plays like this if you're really, really ahead. So then let's keep continuing. It's just that like this would have never happened. Going back to the TP, if you TP and then you kill, right? Because then your team would have begun mid pressure. But yeah, that's just a word of advice is just pay attention to kind of your TP opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you got here. Boom. So now you get 750 gold to Syndra on because you made an aggressive play that basically failed, and
then it tilted me.
And that probably most likely tilted you and your teammates, right? Because now you're like, I'm fucking fed, why don't my teammates do anything? It's pretty tilting, right? That you're fed, your teammates aren't doing anything, you try to make a play, and then it fails. Okay, it happened. But you gotta stay focused, it's fine. The gold is still okay. It's still winnable, and you can still carry. And obviously you do win in hindsight, but like in the current moment, you gotta think you can definitely carry. You're the win condition. You're super fed, and you can carry. So here, and the only reason, like kind of what was your reasoning for going for this play?
I don't know. I just saw Jin and Bran overextended, and I tried to assassinate Jin.
So do you know that they didn't have? Do you know that they didn't have summoners? Like ignore the fact that you can see the summoners on this. But like, are you tracking summoners, right?
No.
Yeah. Are you tracking whether your team can follow up? Like you know that Lux and Caitlyn don't have flash here or like ignite, right? Or ultis. So when you go for a play like that, you can't just, like, again, revolve the world around yourself. You need to think, can my teammates follow up? What do my teammates have? What does the enemy have, right? Because if Jin and Bran have Flash and Ignite here, you wouldn't be able to do anything. What if Lee Sin was more skilled? Bran stuns you, like here. Oh, sorry, let me go back. So what if instead of Lee Sin kicks you, Bran just stuns you, Lee Sin ward hops and kicks you into the tower? What are you gonna do? Right?
Yeah,
you're forced to just R out, and then Syndra she clears this, then she paths up, but going for a play like that is really risky, especially since you're under their tower side, and you can't, you won't be able to abuse your shroud as much. It's just, it's risky plays like that. I think it's okay to go for plays like this. I would say you need to consider more of, like, because you're ahead, this play worked out okay, but you gotta pay attention to what your teammates have. And especially here, LeBlanc's pinging you guys. Yeah, LeBlanc pinging you guys as Syndra's coming up, so immediately you guys should have already been backing up.
I didn't
so you see Syndra as well.
Pinging. I saw Syndra when like she was about to kill me.
Oh, you saw her when she was up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just kind of map awareness. So yeah, so you just get comboed out and then you get a gold. That's just these are the things that kind of tilt you and they get the enemy back in the game, right? Because Yone is basically out of the game already, but now you just made Syndra into an even bigger monster. And that's kind of just that comes with like map awareness, being where is my team? Where am I? Can my team follow up with the play like that? Where are the other enemy laners? So now 3 of you guys died because of this aggressive play here.
Yeah.
That could have all been prevented had you TP'd initially. Right? You TP'd to that ward initially, you killed Jin and Bran, and that situation would have never happened.
Okay.
But let's say you don't TP, it's perfectly fine, right? It's okay you didn't TP, but then you come mid, you cannot force a play like that. without your team being able to follow up. And maybe if you're in like a stack of 5 and you have communications, right? Yeah, like if you're communicating with your teammates, you can make if you're a pre-made, okay, that's fine. You can make a play like that. You say, I'm going in, can you guys follow up? Stuff like that, right? But you're in solo queue, so your teammates aren't going to know you're going to just zoom in, right?
Yeah.
Your gap closers are key.
True.
It's you gotta think, do my teammates have the brain cells to follow up?
Yeah.
Like even in like pre-mades, when I play pre-mades and I go in, I don't kind of keep track of where my teammates are, and I always like screw my teammates over by going in on a bad play. And that there, giving the enemy like what, 900 gold is big. It's not a block, guys. So now your team is probably tilted. Let's see what you TP here. Okay, this is a tilt TP.
Yeah,
this is another tilt TP.
Here I'm tilted and I'm like, just okay, I'm gonna split push. I can't help you guys.
Yeah. So, like again, that's bad mentality. Yone was pushing the wave and you just walk back. You died, so you have the home guards anyways, so you run back even faster, right? But it's okay to say it's the split, but now what do you do when your team gets initiated on, right? Now look at this, right? What if you TP'd here?
Yeah, it was a bad TP.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, did you consider TPing here to kill these 2 people?
No, I don't think so.
Right? Not look at this killing spree that you missed out. 700 gold, 300 gold from Brand. That's 1k that you could have added to your pocket. But I think you TP'd here instead. And kind of what was your reasoning behind it? Like, just I want to split.
Yeah, I just want to split. I can help you guys. Like, leave me alone.
Okay.
I was kind of tilted.
Yeah. So that's the mentality that will lose you the game, and I think it happens to everyone. So in no way am I flaming or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you cannot think like that, because now you missed out on this gold, right? Imagine you TP, your team gets a double kill here, shut down on Syndra, Maokai gets the gold. That's encouraging for your team, right? You getting a large killing spree and a double kill, and it's very, very mental, right? You're helping your team get gold, you're getting gold for yourself, and everyone's like kind of it's very, very mental. The minute like you start playing for yourself, you don't want to win. If you want to play for yourself, play TFT or something.
Okay. Yeah, I know you're right.
Yeah, like you've shown that you have the Akali mechanics. You're shitting on this guy in lane. You can play the matchup. You need to take your lead and spread it to your team, right? You need to help your team. That's 3 kills. I didn't even see Jin there. So that's 2 killing sprees, 3 kills. Like, because they have nothing, right? Imagine you TP here. Where are they gonna go?
So basically you're saying, like, group more and don't force stupid fights. Let them make mistakes.
Yeah, I would say not group more. I would say understand your strengths more and force when you can. Force when you know your team can follow up, and if you're confident you can kill. Like,
okay.
I think you just kind of had 2 tilt TPs, which kind of cost your team the game. But not the game, but like, you know, it can cost your team the game. Like, what do? You basically just killed a siege minion here, right? Instead of getting 10 siege minions here. Like, this is like, even Lee Sin's here. This is, like, all of these people are here. It's the freest gold ever, right? The goal is 30k to 27k. If you kill these 4 people, and you rotate and you counter jungle, or even push mid tower, you're giving the, like, if you kill these 4, right, you give your team the opportunity to take mid tower. And it's kind of just looking for these plays on why, like, this like plays like this can make or break a game. Let's see. That's a huge thing. Like I would say that you can improve on, like your TPing.
Okay.
So do you just continue to just AFK split push here?
Yeah, I think I mostly split push and like try to group a bit.
Oh, thank you. See that killing spree? All those guys could have died there. But you kill Syndra, that's good. You kind of jungle the blue. At least Sin might be here, be careful. Yeah, this is dangerous. What is your logic for staying for this buff there? With that cooldown?
I'm really greedy for blue buffs. But yeah, I do, I think.
Dude, that's very dangerous had Lee Sin came as well. Cause you gotta remember you're playing in their side of the jungle, so if they reset, your team resets, they'll come faster before your team can. I mean, you land your skills. So, like, wow. I think it's just, honestly, like, actually just, like, these small TP plays and tilting. Let me see. What do you do now? You go split bot? You should be splitting. You should be either, I would say, pay attention to Herald if your team wants Herald. You need to stay top side, but I would stay bot side to get dragons up and you don't have TP. Or dragon will be up.
Yeah, I think I'll go bot side for dragon.
What is your reasoning for Morello's here?
They had a lot of Conqueror. So yeah, I just wanted a power spike.
Conquer is really good healing, but that's only if they deal a lot of damage to you guys. If they don't stack the Conqueror and like fight you for a long period, they won't be able to heal off of it. Like, how much healing has this guy got on his Conqueror? 126. Like, I'm pretty sure your Taste of Blood has healed more. Yeah, your Taste of Blood has healed 670.
Okay, so what
I think the injuries here would have been better.
Okay.
Strictly because you would be dealing more damage. You could even pocket the Oblivion Orb. What?
Yeah, I was asking Oblivion into Leandros.
People don't. A lot of people don't like building Oblivion and Leandros. I actually really like it because it feels really good with the damage.
Yeah.
Especially if the enemy has no MR. And I think it's fine. It's just it's not gold efficient to go that build. It's a very greedy build that is not too gold efficient. Because ideally you want to go Gunblade into Leandros into Hourglass.
Okay.
But if it feels good on you, I don't think you need Morellos here because all you got was HP and AP. I mean, be a little patient with your R. You didn't have to rush your R2. Your R2 you could have aimed it better. But I think you should be able to circular here, okay. I mean, you're just jacked out of your mind, but... Yeah, dude, I'm fairly confident that if you don't tilt TP, you'll win. You'll hard stomp games.
Thanks, I guess. I try not to, but it's hard.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. Just try to stay positive and focus on kind of just every time you're about to tilt TP, think. Would RiceLegend want me to TP here? Something like that.
Actually,
just anything.
Actually watching your streams helps.
put a note on your like put a note on your desk or something. Stay positive, you know. Cause like, dude, you're literally dogging these guys. And this game could be easily closed out had you like made smarter TPs. So what happened? How does this game last so long? You throw and die?
I have no idea, honestly. Maybe they get Baron? I don't remember. It's been like over 2 weeks probably now.
It's good that you don't remember, because then now we can look at it from a non hindsight perspective.
Yeah, from like an objective. Yeah.
Why do they have two turns? Yeah, so what? Like the thing is, like look how strong you are. Oh my. Look how strong you are, and your team's up in gold, but like you guys have no objectives, right? The enemy has 2 dragons on you guys. It doesn't matter how many kills you get if your team has no objectives, because in the end of the day, they still have the same amount of gold as you. Like Jin still has the same amount of gold as you, and he has 4 less kills. If you're looking for the TP, like these flank plays, you should consider getting a sweeper.
Yeah.
Especially if you get caught out by a Syndra stun with Merc Treads, you're dead. Okay, yeah, see this brand stun? Boom, you insta-die if he got it out. Okay, missed the whatever, fine. Okay, yeah, so mechanically, that's just mechanics. Hitting your, like, okay, whatever, you dodge, perfect, you R, and then you miss key flashes, your E. So, you can't really do anything, but here, your R's very rushed, and you miss it too, your R2.
I mean, here was just trying to get out, because like I knew I couldn't do anything anymore.
Okay, I mean, you could have saved your R2 because Malphite, sorry?
Because I missed my E, I used my Shroud, I had no Gunblade, so like I just had R2.
But you have R2, right? You could have held it for right here. What about this situation? What if you held your R2?
I guess, yeah.
Instantly you R in, you Q, instantly execute brand, and then you stop watch.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. You don't always need your Shroud to make plays. But that comes with limit testing. You need to understand your strengths, and then you also have stopwatch. But you also, the other thing is you also have to be considerate of your killing spray, because if you die, you'll give them a shit ton of gold.
Yeah.
It seems like the enemy is just better at sieging than you. Yonde is getting free farm right now,
yeah,
so what do you do? You go bot here?
I think I follow him maybe top. I'm not sure. Or maybe
I think this is a poor play to go bot here, especially since I think you need to pressure mid with your team. Going bot here, if anything, catching top would have been a better play. Because, look, you're getting for 5 CS this far out on the map, and then there's a cannon top.
Yeah, you can tell when I'm tilted when I go bot lane.
Yeah, you just. I think you just failed to play here, and now you just want to split push.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now your team's gonna lose a tower here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you do lose a tower here. And I think that's just, yeah, you gotta focus on the mental, man. Let's see.
Can we take a quick break? I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Alright, sounds good, man.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. So, how do you find yourself in this position? What is your thought process here? You see the mid and your top side.
I'm just pushing here like AFK.
So they're immediately missing mid, and now you even spot him. Do you stay or you leave?
I usually stay because like I always try to like 1v2 or 3.
Okay, but that was 5. That was 5. Like you saw all 5 here, right? Oh, if not 5-4, right? And in ADC with the brain, it's not going to walk up to you by himself ever. It's just the nature. If you know in ADC, if they walk up to you by themselves, they're not an ADC player. They will always have somebody with them. That's one thing you gotta always know. Remember.
Okay.
A huge thing in here is if you're preparing to 1v5 or 1v what an X amount if you want to fight. So you're in a spot here. So there's at least multiple people coming to you. You can't use your energy, right? You're using your energy to clear the wave, but you're about to like fight a big. Okay, see, this is huge. It's fine that you're pushing, right? It's fine. Yeah. You've already executed the play that you want to push, right? And you know that they're coming up to you.
Yeah, I shouldn't have used Shroud.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I'm already in this situation. What could have prevented this situation is you saw them rotating from mid, you should have backed up, right? That prevents this from happening. But now that you're in this situation, how do you kind of recover from it? And what to do is you don't use your Shroud or energy to push the wave if you know you're about to fight.
Yeah.
Because now two of your biggest cooldowns are gone because you E as well, and now you don't have energy for Q. So how do you play this?
If I was really smart, I would have shrouded and then TP'd away. So
exactly.
But I didn't think of it.
If anything, not even shroud, but like you could have just W here or something and then shroud it out and TP it out. But here I think you're forced to actually look for play. Okay. There's your stopwatch. Wow. Okay, so you basically live this because you're so ahead, right? Had you been even remotely even, you would be dead. Please tell me you don't go back there. Okay. You're scaring me. Oh, you actually stay. Oh, you're so greedy. Oh, you're so greedy. That's so greedy. You're 900 gold for a dude that's 1 in 8.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful when you're going for plays like that because I'm assuming your thought process, right, is that you want to go for these like kills and help your team, but you need to consider your killing spree. If you die, you're going to be severely punished because you're gonna kill Brand, whatever, your team gets 300 gold, but now the enemy gets 3 times the gold value. And a lot of League is kind of like, like there are situations where if someone's taking bot tower, you take top tower, right? Like you're trading objectives.
Yeah.
It's similar like this, trading kills. You don't want to trade 900 for 300.
Yeah, that's true.
But here we can go back to, I can tell you how this would have also been prevented. You're already in the situation, you are E, and what you do is actually you just, instead of Eing back in, you R2 out.
Yeah, I could have done
now
that.
You save your stopwatch for a future fight, and you're safe, right? That's 2 big things. You're saving your stopwatch. Because what is your team going to do? Your Sintra spot, if you die, you after using stopwatch or something, right? Now you don't have stopwatch, and then like what does your team do? Go Baron with Caitlyn, Maokai, and Luck? Because you would have traded 1-for-1, right? Even if you killed Lee Sin, you would have traded 1-for-1. Like, and again, going back to the killing sprees, the guy 0-4, you're 12-1, stuff like that. But yeah, that's just being like smart with kind of if you're picking smart fights. And again, that could have been prevented if you weren't up there or had energy. Okay, so boom, 900 gold to Jin.
Jin. Yeah.
And imagine you didn't go for the brand, you just left and reset, right? You could have TP'd back on this ward and you could have killed them.
Yeah,
did you
I see what you mean.
Did you consider like when you're kind of playing these games, do you have consideration on your TPs? Like if I reset at low HP, I can TP back into a fight, so you kind of get a second life.
Sometimes.
Okay. I think that's really huge to remember in like right now. Like you said, you were tilted, right? So
yeah.
I completely understand. But what's huge is you like that could have been like you come back, right? You have 1.3k. You finish your hourglass because I believe it should be 1350. So you could sell Thorn Shield and finish your hourglass.
And then
TP back with an hourglass because it's fresh cooldown. And then you kill them too.
Yeah.
Right? Or you could have TP to this and flanked them. Look how many flank wards you have.
But maybe this fight wouldn't have happened if I wasn't there in the beginning, so...
Yes, correct. But at this point, your team's already here, right? It already happened. Right? Like, this already happened. So here, I think the correct play is to actually not go back in, but to recall and TP back.
Okay.
Because you see how he's getting a recall off? Right? Lee Sin's getting a recall off? You could have gotten, you could be getting a recall off as well. Like after this brand, you should be recalling here, right? Because Brand's caught out. He would have gotten caught out regardless if you were there. But what happens is now, well, Lee Sin, like now you would recall, and your team would be fighting, right? But you're in your base. You TP back from here to here, like here. You would have probably like 2 seconds in, get a recall off, TP back. It's 20 minutes in the game. You'll have home guards and an hourglass, and you just kill them. And that's what 3 kills missed, but instead you die for it. And I'm assuming, like I said, your thought process here was you wanted to help your team with the kills. Yeah. But if you, keep in mind you can also TV back these. So now your team is behind in gold because you died. And your team does get these kills, but I think do they kill Lee and Jin or do they get out? Yeah, I think they just get out. Hopefully. Oh, what are they doing?
I think Caitlyn has got them. Okay, or not.
I think she could have killed them, but yeah. I'm assuming your team should Baron here. I see you guys get a Baron later just on. But...
I think we just wait for Dragon for it.
Okay, your team's heading for Dragon. Okay. Pretty interesting considering I think maybe you could have called Baron there and TP'd in, right? So you TP here. This is a good TP. This is a really good TP. These are the TPs that, like I was telling you, that you had to look for. Yeah. But it's good that you didn't overcommit there, because they did reset from top side and they're coming, but you don't have ulti now. But now you're up on man, it's 5v4, which is good. These are kind of like the TPs I was telling you about that you gotta look for. Oh god, he steals this. Steal this?
either. I don't think so. Or maybe he does.
Yeah. I mean, you should Baron off this. I do see that you guys Baron on this chart.
Yeah, I think we go Baron here.
Yeah, as well as someone pointed out, you do use your R2 really early. You can always hold your R2 longer. Just keep that in mind. You don't always have to R2 at someone immediately. So you guys Baron. This is important because the game lasts for another 20 minutes.
Yeah. Welcome to the pod.
Okay, so what do you guys do with this Baron?
I just don't think we could push because they were still stronger, both the Gen and Syndra.
You guys have a big wave here. What do? You should be able to... This should be a second tower, right?
Yeah, I don't know what Caitlyn is doing.
Okay. You're taking a lot of damage. This is fine. This is kind of like your generic siege. You just CJ. If a stalemate like this is happening, right? If a stalemate like this is happening throughout the game and you're not getting any towers down, a thing you can do is to shove out waves and pull the waves in, right? You see how your big waves are here?
Okay, so go to the sides.
You can go to a side lane, tell your team not to fight, and then push in the wave, and then siege a tower yourself with the siege minion, the cannon minion. Because it'll be the empowered cannon minion, and you'll force people to a side lane, and then your team, you can out macro them by shuffling back and forth.
I might even do that. I'm not sure, but maybe. Or we just keep pushing, I think.
Yeah. How do you get here in the first place? Were you guys looking for a dive? Without clearing any vision. This is dangerous. Cause I'm assuming they have a ward here or here. Let's see. Okay, they have Jin traps and they just assume you were here. This is dangerous because you don't know, right? You don't know if they're gonna flank you or not.
Okay.
I do like the hourglass though. This is really good.
Yeah.
You stopped his kick. I don't know if you heard it, but you did stop his kick. He casted it on you, but it didn't go off.
Yeah, I kind of.
Okay. So, what is your reasoning for going for Lee Sin here?
No reasoning. I'm just bad.
He's 0-5, right? And look at your...
I should be helping my team.
Yes. Especially because look at this. Let's say you were standing where LeBlanc is. You are over. They already used all their CC on Akali, right? You kill 3.
Yeah.
But now you're... Oh, jeez. Now you don't... Yeah, you don't even kill these Sin. Pay attention to where your teammates are and where the enemy is. That's just like a huge thing. It's a common theme, right? Instead of chasing 1, kill 3.
Yeah.
Because they all got out because you went for Lee Sin instead of helping kill 3.
Yeah, I don't even know why I tried chasing him.
Because the game would be over, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you kill here, they're dead for 30-40 seconds.
Yeah, we could probably maybe.
Like Brand dies here. He's dead for 40 seconds, right? You have a cannon wave right here. Instead of chasing Lee Sin, you kill all 3. 4 people are dead. Who is left over? Lee Sin? What's Lee Sin going to do against a Lux, Caitlyn, LeBlanc, and
yeah, we could
Maokai,
probably end
right?
or take
the game would have been
tower.
over. Yeah, because you have 40 seconds. You have a minion wave. Yeah, but now instead you have to get his inhibitor and then back up. So you see how this could have changed if you killed all 3 here? Lee Sin would be the only one, the game would be over. So let's go up here. Go back to the game. How do you die here? So at this point your Baron's out and you guys have a lot of gold. It would be wise to reset, call your team to reset.
I think we were trying to get this tower and then reset, I think.
Okay. I personally would have called a reset.
I know what happened. I know what happened here. I remember this. I was trying to kill Syndra and like the tower was like 1 or 2 autos, auto-chase stopped autoing it. So I took tower aggro and I thought it would be dead. But she stopped autoing it, like 1 or 2 autos.
Yeah, but again, you can't control what Caitlyn does, right?
I just thought she would like auto it because like it's literally 1 auto from death and.
So, but why didn't you RN and then auto it?
Because I thought Caitlyn had it and she just stopped for some reason.
Correct. But like you like we said, you can't control what your teammates do, right? Basically, what you're saying is you're gonna dive into a pool, you're gonna dive into water and assume there are no sharks there, like because someone is killing off the I don't know, netting the sharks or something, right?
Okay, like that's
you have you have no certainty, like you don't know that she's gonna auto. What if she DC'd, right? Like, granted, your thought process is correct that she should have killed the tower, but you can't guarantee that. And like you said, this is plat. You can't really you can't really depend, right? You don't control that she's gonna kill the tower.
I didn't think she was that like AFK or whatever. Like it's literally 1 auto attack, and I would have killed both probably.
But you don't. Regardless, if you don't, there's no reason to go in here.
Okay.
Especially because your Gunblade, Hourglass are on cooldown as well, right? Yeah, let's say that she does kill the tower. What do you do afterwards? What is your gameplay afterwards if they just ulti you?
I mean, I took a tower shot here. That's why I died. I would have lived with like a bit of HP and then killed Syndra and probably got out. Or because they saw me because of the tower and I took a tower shot, I died.
Yeah, but the minute you reveal yourself, Syndra presses on. She already pressed R on you. Okay, what HP do you get to? This is before you even take a tower shot. This is before you take a tower shot.
So I had like 400 HP.
Yeah, 400 HP.
That's enough to kill Syndra.
But again, you kill Syndra, what happens? Do you die? Jin's ulting right now on the side.
I mean, I would hope I would get out, but yeah, I see why it was a bad.
Yeah, I don't think you do get out though, because Jin ulties you and you get 600 gold.
Okay, I see why it was bad.
Yeah,
but like Caitlyn not attacking it also tilted me a bit.
Correct. Caitlyn not hitting it made this play even worse. But I don't think even if you go in here, you survive, even if the tower's dead.
Okay. I mean,
and that's mainly because I think you didn't keep track of your cooldowns. You're still 30 seconds left on your hourglass. If you had it, I think that play would have been actually really good. But now it's like kind of because you remember you're the carry, right? You're the most fed one. And the minute you make a mistake like that and give the enemy 600 gold, because then Lux and whatever have to stay for that fight because you went in, and they die off of it too. Now, Lux and you 600 gold. Caitlyn as well. Now, instead of your Baron lead that you built up, you worked so hard to build up for, and the towers you got. Now you gave the enemy what 600, 1200, 1800 gold.
Yeah, I can see now why it was bad.
Yeah, so but now your teammates are dead, right? Dragon's up in 20 seconds, right? You should have reset before, not even go for this tower, and then set up for Dragon. Because this is soul point for the enemy. So now they have 4 people up, you guys have 2 people. Your LeBlanc's useless. Your Maokai does no damage, he's a tank. So now it's basically the damage dealers, Lee Sin with the cleaver to reduce Maokai's armor, versus, for Dragon, soul point.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, that all starts with, you gotta shot call the recall, shot call and say back up, reset, Dragon's coming up soon, right?
Okay.
I'm pretty bad at that as well. And don't depend on your teammates to kill a tower, and don't, in forcing a fight as well here, what would you do if you forced a fight here? You kill, you die, they still, like, the objective's on the bottom side of the map. And now they get soul point, right? So now LeBlanc dies and Maokai dies, so they try to defend yeah. So this all happened because of this play here, right? So you TP in here, can you clean up?
I hope so. I don't remember. No, I think I...
History. Yeah, just practice hitting the team.
Also here, I was mega tilted
because
of that tower. Because of the tower play.
Yeah. So at this point, the game just completely swung. Did you see the goal difference before? Before you made this play?
No.
Before you made this play, your team was up 4,000 gold.
And now we're behind.
Right? Now, so the enemy from this play, this one singular play to here, got 7,000 gold and a 1k gold lead. And soul point because of this one play.
Oh.
And in no way, shape, or form am I flaming you. I'm just so hopefully you're not taking it that way.
No,
but
it's good you pointed out.
It's stuff like this that it gets unaccounted for, right? Yes, your team got caught here, right? Remember the LeBlanc and Maokai died? But you gotta think, why did that happen? How was that set up to where Maokai and LeBlanc died? And that was all, how did Lux and Caitlyn die? And that was all because of, like, when you think, oh, that was my decision. My decision caused this.
Yeah,
my decision to dive. My decision to depend on Caitlyn to take a tower. Right? If you were the Caitlyn, you would have taken the tower. But you're not. Right? So... That one singular play gave them a 7k gold lead, or 7k gold, and now a gold lead on your team. So now your team is just, your team's demotivated, you're demotivated, you're tilted because you're 16-3, and you're not getting these plays off, right?
Yeah.
And I understand the frustration, it happens, but you gotta make, when you're under pressure like this, you gotta make these smart decisions, because you're the win con. And we know you're the win con.
I have to be more calm, because like when it gets like this, I get like really anxious to like do something or
correct. Yeah, you want to get anxious because you're like my plays aren't working. I want to make more plays. Like I want to.
Yeah, how
like,
can I
win the
save
game.
this? How can I help my team? Yeah.
Exactly. But instead, you need to think, how can my team follow up? Like this flash from Maokai is the same concept, right?
Yeah.
Because Maokai, right, cannot just flash in and W. Look at his team. Where his team is. Look where you are. And he's probably in the same boat as you. He's 7-2, and he's nervous and wants to make a play.
Yeah.
Right? Though, because it's Maokai, your team can follow up on this, but you gotta also be, like, careful. Like, it's the same concept, and I'm just pointing out examples of how other people are doing it. It's great Baron's here coming up soon. You take blue. You should be careful because Baron is coming up soon. Okay. Take blue. Where do you go here? Do you go bot? Yeah. You're very indecisive. You went bot and then you went in here. So what do? You go stop Yone. Makes sense. You're matching Yone. But also remember, this guy's worth nothing. Siege minion.
I mean, he actually has a bounty.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is he's basically useless compared to you, right? Because what you're saying is you're drawing a 14k assassin to fight a 9k fighter in the bot lane, right? So now take 14k off your team's gold and 9k off the enemy. The enemy would be ahead, right? So now they're fighting with more gold on this side of the map. Because you're, like I said, you're the carry. LeBlanc was already matching him, so I would have honestly went to go help my team.
I mean, I think she dies.
Yeah, probably.
So 0-9.
There you go. So yeah, you guys kill him, whatever. But now you imagine like your team didn't kill Lee Sin. Lee Sin would pressure Baron, right? Because two of you guys are on bot side without TP. And this is not applying to this case, but more of like future cases. You gotta be aware of, this is why like split pushers work so well. Because if that wasn't Yone and that was like a Camille, he would leave, right? He would leave, like, and then you two would be bot, enemy would force a 4v3, and then you lose Baron. And then most people would blame their team for getting caught, but it was more of so I would blame you two for being bot.
Okay, so I should have let LeBlanc deal with him and I go to Baron, is what you're saying.
In this scenario, I would say helping your team there would have been better because your LeBlanc can hold the Yone, or should be able to hold Yone under tower because they're pretty even in gold. Okay, just kidding. She's so behind. They're not. She can clear still, but she can't fight him. Because
that's why I was worried.
Yeah, so he's rotating up. He's making the correct play. You're still bot though. This is the misplay on you. Right? You see how she's already rotating up? You should be exactly where she is right now. Because your team's getting killed off of Baron right now. Because you're not there to help. Right? So this delays your Baron even more. Luckily your Maokai is basically unkillable, so... Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah. So now your team should get Baron. You're pushing bot. And again, it's the same thing, right? You're the most fed. You're 3k ahead of your other second most fed person. Their 17k gold carry is here. Who's gonna kill him, right? Yeah, so your bot side, you're pressuring. But your team can't really do anything because, like, Akali's not a split pusher. She can pressure side lanes, but she's more of a killer. Like, you want to kill people.
I wish she was better.
So, it's great. You get tower here, right? It's fine. It's great. But instead, your team could have gotten Baron had you walked up with LeBlanc. Or even killed them here, right? Like, these are the things. A lot of the time... things you encounter in Plat, it's not that the player makes bad decisions, it's just that there's better decisions.
Okay.
Like going for the
Makes
tower
sense.
here is fine, but you just prolong the game, right? You take a tower, what now? Enemy catches this wave, you reset. What happens next, right? And then it's just a cycle back and forth. The same thing with the kill here. Instead of chasing Lee Sin, you killed your team. Going for Lee Sin's not a bad play. Going for the 3 kills is the better play, because there you end the game. And instead of a 40-minute game, you're in a 28-minute game.
I mean, here I was hoping that they send like 3 people for me, so my team can get Baron. That's what I usually do.
Yeah. That's good reasoning, right? But imagine you just had gone and you killed them here, and then you took Baron, right? Because you're like you said, you're hoping that they're gonna come back for you. And what if they don't? They let you push. They kill your team at Baron, and then they recall and kill you. What is your counterplay?
I mean, I probably get an inhib because I have a big wave.
Yeah, you get an inhib, right? But like I said, what is your counterplay afterwards, right? You get the tower, you get the inhib, your team gets killed at Baron, they all take Baron, and then what is your play after they kill you?
I mean, then at least we have bot open and we can then, I don't know, go top or something.
Yeah, I think that's, like I said, that's not a bad decision. But what I'm trying to point out to you is, now imagine your team gets killed, right? Four kills. Enemy team's gonna be even more ahead, and they have Baron, right? Mm-hmm. And then they kill you after you take it, and then they push down mid with Baron buff. What is your team? You have Caitlyn, Lux, LeBlanc, Akali, Maokai versus a Syndra that if she Qs you and they can just pressure, right? And then your team you die for this, which is fine. Okay. You end up dying. Let's see if you could have escaped.
I don't think so.
I think
because I had no R or Shroud.
So I think you are here. You see that there's a shit ton of people. I think it's fine that you are him, but you leave. You leave. You don't wait for the GA. Okay, you're running. I honestly think it might have been safer since you knew that there was multiple people. That there's multiple people that you just are out and don't die.
Okay.
I think it's, like I said, it's okay. You went for Jin's GA here. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad play, but I think the better play would be safer to get you leave, you don't die, and then you get Baron buff, right? Because then you'll have Baron buff to split even harder, and your team gets a free Baron while they're bot, right? You get what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
Because, like, your Baron buff's huge on you, and if you have that, you can split with it. And
yeah, but, like, a lot of times I'll just do stuff like this, like, okay, I'll trade my life for Baron. I think that's where, but I don't know, like, what's your opinion?
But you didn't have to trade your life, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it, I mean, I don't trade it if I don't have to, but like if it does happen, I'm like, okay, at least we get Baron.
I understand, right? But what we're saying here is what could have gone better, right? You don't have to give 300 gold. You get Baron buff, and you have your cooldowns, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Right. And look how much gold you have in your pocket. That's death cap. Right? You just leave, you get death cap, you have Baron buff, death cap plus like a blasting wand, you just split. Now you're unmatchable with death cap Baron buff. Yeah. And you have all your cooldowns, right? Like, I think your logic is fine here, you die, your team gets Baron. But your team would have gotten a free Baron regardless or not if you died.
It could have been better. Yeah.
Correct. So, what takes your team so long to end the game?
Just Jin doing really bad.
Yeah, they need you to kill Jin. Your bot side. Okay, that's fine. You're catching bot side wave. Caitlyn got caught out. But what do you look here? You're splitting. You're splitting. Like this wave would be huge if you had Baron buff. Imagine a double cannon empowered.
Yeah.
And then now we continue. Like you would be. This wave would be jacked out of its mind. You're pushing this, and you have another cannon wave coming in, right?
Mhm. Yeah, if I had Baron, it would be huge.
And that's all because you died in the previous play, right? Because you would be able to pressure. They're all top side. Like here, holy shit! This you would have the biggest wave in eternity. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is interesting. So, what is your logic here? Same thing? You die so your team gets Elder?
Yeah. I think so, probably. Because like, if I take at least 1 or 2 people out, and they get Elder, I think that's great. And Yona can't do much to me, but yeah, then his team comes.
But again, remember, now you don't have Elder buff. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So you miss out on Baron buff, and you miss out on Elder buff. All for what? Syndra to die, and then because your team rushed Elder anyways, so they wouldn't have been able to make it. Lee Sin's dead anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, if I didn't, like, try and fight them, they would probably get to... I don't know, I just rather, like, distract them so my team get the free objective.
Okay, so let's say they, instead of here, you're out here with the team. Because Jin's here, they're rushing Elder already. Your team's already rushing the Elder. Okay, so... Yeah. I don't think here, dying here, because then you don't get Elder buff, right? And then, what if you fought here, right? Let's say even if you fought here to stop them, your team could have gotten Elder and then followed up with your kill or something, right? Like, if anything, if you were gonna look for a play to stall, I would have done it, like, further, closer to your team, where your teammates can use their global ultis. Not their globals, but, like, the map-wide ultis.
Okay.
Because you don't really get anything here, and you don't get, like, your Lux could have probably shielded you from the wall or something, too, if you were going to stall.
Yeah.
But now you don't have Elder buff, but your team should close the game off on Elder. Yeah. So what is your thought process here? What's your next goal?
I think go bottom and like take the inhib, I think, or like see if a fight breaks out, try to help.
Okay, there's a fight breaking down right now.
But like basically, I want to like force something because we have Elder and like I know we can win a fight.
So you're right. A fight's breaking out. But you're here. What do you do?
I should have TP'd.
Correct. And why didn't you TP?
I don't know.
Right.
Honestly.
Before this. Let's see. Right. Brand's coming down. Brand's coming down. Brand's coming down. You're still in base. You're respawning. You're respawning. So here you're running. That's perfectly fine. A fight's literally breaking out right now.
I don't know. I just thought they were gonna get caught because like we saw him.
So, Lee Sin was there. Now, I think what you should have immediately done was reacted by TPing to this.
Okay.
When a fight breaks down. Figure out where Jin is. Figure out where he's shooting his ulti from, right? So here, right? Lee Sin's here. You should TP, and then you should TP and you should rush onto Jin.
Okay.
Right? Because you kill this guy. He has no GA. But now you contributed nothing to that fight. And your carries die for that. So now you prolong the game even more by not TPing. You have to stopwatch. Oh, you don't even have it because you used it here. Right? You would have hourglass if you didn't use it here.
Yeah.
Syndra just one-shots you late game. Yeah, Syndra one-shots you late game if you don't have stopwatch. You have to hourglass your ulti.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
That's just something you have to know. There's no really, yeah. I think it's fine to engage on her if you had stopwatch.
Yeah, but I should have known like the one shot. That is my bad.
Yeah, that's okay. But the learning from that is the takeaway is if you need stopwatch late game to match a Syndra, or she'll just one shot you.
I don't know, maybe I thought I had it or something.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. You respawn. Shit. Oh, okay. So again, you're going bot lane. Baron's almost up, right? So I'm hoping here that you do clear bot wave and then you rotate to your team, cause you gotta keep my Barons up. Also, oh please don't take this. Why didn't Yone kill you? Oh, they should have killed you. But your team makes a good pick here. And then they get Baron off of it. Lee Sin had a misplay because he was bot. But it's interesting that you're bot as well because they could have forced 5v4 on your team.
I mean, I think I had TP. Didn't I?
No. Where did you TP to? It says you don't have TP.
Okay, maybe I... No, wait.
Huh.
I think it's bugged.
You think it's bugged?
Or, no, wait. Did I TP here somewhere?
Oh, let's see. It's bugged. It's bugged. Because you had TP here. I know for a fact you had TP here.
Yeah, so I had it when I killed Lee.
It must have bugged when I clicked back. Yeah, okay. So you had TP here. So that I correct myself. That was it. It's a good play that you were here. Wow, he's an inter. Okay. So let's see. King goes for Baron. You're pressuring bot. Be careful when you're splitting because you don't have any vision.
Red team has slain Baron.
So seeing the same concept, but now you have Baron buff, right? So now you can just kill basically kill anyone. Yeah. But now you have Baron buff to push. Yeah. So you just you stay with these minions, you empower them and you put pressure. Yeah, I mean, that's it. This game's over. There's that. Okay. So, when you're wondering how you could have closed out the game, there's 3 huge points. 4. And I can immediately point them out.
Okay.
And it would be, right, I think about here, or something, I think when they go under tower. No, this tower is dead. Right here.
Red team.
You see top, he's dead. Huge. Instead of 4 kills, you TP top to kill 100 gold Yone, right?
Yeah.
That's one. That's huge for your team. Another one would be before you guys take inhib, chasing the Lee Sin.
Yeah, that was stupid.
The 3 kills. The game was over. This one, the game was. You end the game here. The game should have been over in 28 minutes.
Yeah, that was really good.
But chasing Lee Sin was very, very poor play there. And that just comes with map awareness and paying attention to where your teammates are. Factor 3 is when your team takes Baron. You did not have to die there. You dying here, basically from when you were pushing the triple wave bot lane. Yeah. So you build up a wave and then you push. While you're, so you have a huge wave bot, you're pushing with the wave. Imagine you had Baron buff. You take this tower even easier. Right? Like, look how big this wave is. That's a huge, right? That one play, like going for like the kill on Jhin instead of backing up.
Yeah. Basically
huge for your team, because that could be another tower for your team. And then same concept at Elder, right? Dying for no reason, and then not having Elder buff, and then not having stopwatch. Because if you made that same play here mid that you did on Syndra, but with stopwatch and Elder, she would have died.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of just map awareness. Like, I would take it down to map awareness, like macro decisions with map awareness in trading, like your decisions on why you did X or Y.
Yeah.
I see why X is okay, right? You gotta think, I see why making this play is okay, but why is this play better, right? You die for Baron, that's okay, right? You're satisfied with that? Don't be. Think, what happens if I have buff? What if I don't die? Right? I can pressure even harder. I can kill people. I'll have my cooldowns, right? Stuff like that. And then chasing people and tilt TPs. Don't forget the tilt TPs, right?
Yeah.
Those are big things. But I definitely think the tilt TPs can be fixed over time. Just think more positive, think what can I do for my team, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but like with TPing, like I'm also scared that I'll put myself behind even more, or like put myself behind, because it's happened before that I like TP bot lane and my bot lane doesn't respond and I just die.
Correct, but that comes with decision making, right? That comes with experience. Everyone has bad TPs, dude. I make bad TPs all the time, but you need to learn. Like, if you don't do it, you're never gonna learn what the difference between a good and bad TP is. Like, I can point out those TPs that you do TP top instead of bot. Like, you were perfectly satisfied with killing Yone there TPing, right? But I pointed out that you could have killed 4 people mid, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Stuff like that. Like you can be okay, you get a kill, but what about 4? Like, okay, I get 1 kill, that's fine, whatever. What if I get 2 kills in a tower? Stuff like that. Can I make this lead bigger? Can I make a bit better, like, decision? Is there a decision that I can make that will result in a better play, right? If I don't die here with this, like, if I don't die here and I get Baron buff, can I make a bigger play? Because you can always force and engage and fight them, right? And blow his GA later. But you don't always get the opportunity to get Baron buff. You don't always have the opportunity to have Elder buff, right?
Yeah.
And it's decisions like that, like, okay, I could get a tower, but I don't have Baron buff. What if I got the tower and I had Baron buff? That's even better, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and those are like kind of like the obvious pointers. But like your score is, you're 21-7. You've shown you can kill people, you can shit on kids, but your improvement comes in the decisions you make. Like, why did I make decision X over Y? Like here, why did I TP instead of TPing mid? Stuff like that. But if you improve those decisions, your laning phase is really fucking good. So
thanks.
yeah, I don't have a doubt. It's good. Your laning phase is good. Your macro needs improvement. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's where I struggle the most with like macro and rotating.
Yeah. I mean that's just practice, understanding, and now you know what the correct decisions are. Try to keep in mind and think, right? Like think. Don't just think like in one game, like carry this knowledge into other games. Like every time you play a game, every time Baron's up, if a similar situation happens, use that knowledge, take advantage of the knowledge you have now, and think about taking better TPs, and you'll find it a lot easier to make these decisions if you keep continually thinking about them.
Okay, I will. I'll try to.
Yeah, man, it's just trying and practicing. It's you can do it though. I have faith. I have faith in everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, it really helped.
Yeah.
I'll rewatch the VOD like a million times, probably.
Yeah. I would recommend you to rewatch it, because then instead of thinking from like hearing from my perspective, now you think, why did I say that? Why did you think this way, right?
Yeah.
It's your job to differentiate the like our different thinking processes and how you can improve your own thinking process.
Yeah.
And you'll be good to go, man.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah. Hopefully you learn some things. If you do have any questions, just message me on Discord, or ask if you have any questions now. You can ask. Yeah.
Yeah. If I have any, I'll message you on Discord.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. Cool.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Enjoy the stream.
Yep. Thanks. Good luck in your games.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. See you, man.
Bye.